This one, I knew you were working on it because you asked me a question the other day. I knew this was in your head, and I actually wanted to kind of talk about it. Give me your first long shot bet.
All right, so my first long shot bet is Kawhi Leonard to win MVP, 40-1. You can find that at circa 40-1 right now. I thought I had a great number at 30-1 at DraftKings. This was already on my list then. This is my reminder to shop around and get the number. 40-1 is a lot better than 30-1. So I disagree with what you just said about MVP, and that is what is informing this position for me. I actually think the opposite of you, and we will butt heads on it. I don't like Luka as MVP this year. He does not at all fit what my model suggests an MVP should look like. And my model doesn't really have a pick that it likes a lot. Basically, I'm looking for age 24 to 28, 25 plus scorer on a top 2 seed, plays 70 games. That's my model. That basically leaves me with Jokic, Embiid, Giannis. I don't love those 3 as options. Jokic has no narrative at all. He just won it twice in a row. Giannis doesn't really have the motivation, and B doesn't have the health. So I don't love those 3. I will probably look to add position for them once I can get a cheaper buy point later. But that is what made me think, okay, who is the long shot? Where's the guy off the board that can make a charge? So Kawhi. This was a surprise to me because we did a full hour on MVP a month or 2 ago. I don't remember if I even said anything about Kawhi. Very obviously, the number of games played is a major factor. What I asked you the other day is, hey, the Clippers have 15 back-to-backs. Is there any chance Kawhi plays any back-to-backs? Because if he only missed second night of a back-to-back, you're already down to 67 games max, which historically pretty much rules you out of MVP. He's a little older than I would like. The health and the games played is a red flag. The numbers even aren't perfect. He's probably going to be something like 25 points a game, 8 or 9 box plus minus, rather than 28 and 10 plus. Like the numbers look to me like, okay, Kawhi's really good. We already knew he was really good. He could be in the conversation, but like the quote unquote in the conversation kind. And I kind of put him off as like, well, he's probably like a 60 games and back of the ballot 2 or 3 seed. So that was all a great case against the very pick I'm starting with, which is a terrible way of framing. Here's why I talked myself into it being a good long shot. If I can see 60 games as a 2 or 3 seed, then it's in the realm of play to see 68 or 70 games as the 1 seed. And I was surprised when we did all of our win totals to come out with the Clippers as my number 1 team in the NBA. They're my top record in the league. We talked at length about them in that podcast. If I have the Clippers as the 1 seed, as the best team in the league, we know who their best player is. And we know with Kawhi, what I like here is I think that there would be a built-in narrative of, hey, you know who's never had an MVP before? Hey, doesn't Kawhi Leonard just deserve an MVP? Kind of that career accomplishment sort of thing that we've seen in the past with this award before. We're going to need that because I don't think he's going to be a little short on the numbers and on the games. But for me, the number is too long. I would give, when I set up my MVP model, I basically have those 3 I mentioned, and then it's a big drop, but Kawhi is my 4th guy. I give him about 8%. That for me should be plus 1,200 range. At 40-1, I have to play it.